Hello, hello, and welcome to my channel. This is Elise here of Plan with Elise, and I cannot believe we are at the time of year again where we are deciding on a word of the year. So let me talk for a second about what a word of the year is. If you are unfamiliar, it is one word that you choose early in the year or late in December for next year to carry you through everything that you want to do. What it's a central theme for your year. That's a better word. It's a central theme for your year. So some of my previous words have been in 2020 I did release. There was a lot I needed to let go of both physically and emotionally. In 20 That was 2020. 2021 my word was flourish because I was kind of rebuilding my life. I cannot for the life of me remember what my word in 2022 was, so we're going to pass that. But 2023 my word was balance because I felt like I needed to achieve more balance in my life this year, and I think that I did. It was a little bit of a crazy year with buying a house, and just everything was kind of unexpected this year, but I do feel more balanced overall in my life. So that was my word last year. Now, my word this year or next year, I guess, is going to be intentional. This is a frame that actually my mom made. She has an Etsy shop. It's Lemon Tree Boutique. I will link it in the description. And she has options for longer words like intentional. This is an 8.5 by 11 frame. Or last year's word, or 2023's word, was balance. And this is, I believe, a 5 by 7 frame. So you can get a custom word. You can pre-select one of her other words. But she made me this because I said, Mom, I'm ready. I know what my word is going to be. And then I'll be able to just put this up on my bookshelf and know that with all things, my goal is to be intentional. Now, I'm a planner, so not only do I need it up on my bookshelf, but I need it in my planner. So we're going to make a page for that today. And I will link my mom's Etsy shop in the description if you are interested. I know many of you picked up a word from her last year, and some have even started your orders again for next year. So I'm really excited to see her shop flourishing, as if we hit one of my old words. And it's just a really beautiful way to keep that word kind of at the forefront all year. So what I did was I printed out the same description that she used on the word frame because I wanted to have the same thing in my planner. So I'm going to cut this out. And then I just printed it on regular printer paper. And then we have a little space for it right over here. Before I put that down, I want to select my letters. So I have Alpha Basics by Kel of a Plan, and I think that we're going to be able to use these. We just have to make sure that I have enough of each letter. Like, I need to make sure that I have the right amounts, and we're going to be mindful of the spacing because it's a long word. So INT. I know I'll need another T. Let's try to do this a little bit smarter. And T. I'm using the ruler to kind of measure everything out, but I'm not pressing things down on the top yet. But I think we're going to be okay spacing wise. N T. Yep, we should be fine. I O. This is just one of those steps to like the moment where you're going to be able to set up your planner for next year, and it's so exciting. Tional. I need another N, but luckily I have a backup Alpha Basic sticker book. This is one of my favorite Kel of a Plan sticker books, so if you haven't picked it up yet, it is in the description of this video, linked as well. N A and L. Okay, I think we're ready. Let's get this somewhat centered and then pop these down. It's the word for me in terms of choosing what word you want to use. For me, intentional is a word that has been coming up a lot in my conversations over the last couple of months. It's something that I've needed more of in my life, and I could just feel it. The more and more I found myself thinking about being intentional and talking about being intentional, I knew that it was going to be the right word for me for next year. So let's get this down. I have my Tombow adhesive tape runner. And this may be the earliest that I've ever chosen my word. Okay, because I have an inkjet printer, some of that definition just kind of went down back on here. I really want a laser printer, but that's low on the things to spend money on list. But it is something I really want. Probably in the next year, I'll get one. Okay, intentional. intentional. I just wanted to triple check the spelling. Now, I also grabbed Beautifully Lined by Live Love Posh because I thought it would be pretty to bring in some little florals here. I want it to be small because I really want some space to include ways to be intentional. So we're going to go little here. And this is a sheet of Happy Planner, Happy Plans and Notes paper. I just took it out of the back of the planner. And then maybe we can do that same corner sticker right over here. Normally I go for black and white, only black and white in this page each year. But this year I wanted a little bit of color. Okay, now because I went over the discs here, we need We Are Memory Keepers punch, just to punch through the discs. 2 and 3. There we go. That one didn't fully go through. Okay, that's all right. Now, I need to decide how I want to map this out because I was thinking, okay, ways to be intentional, right? I want to be intentional with my time. I want to be intentional with my goals. I want to be intentional with my finances, with finding a partner in terms of dating. I know I talk about it a lot, but it's really the one element that I feel is missing from my life. So I want to be intentional when I finish filming this video. I want to put things back where they belong so that my desk doesn't become a pile. There's just this consistent this word of intentional that I'm finding, in all the areas of where I feel like I want to make improvements. As I'm looking at the black boxes, I'm actually wondering if I might want to use a different shape. I'm kind of leaning towards hexagons. But these are a little big. I feel like I need a middle-size hexagon. Actually, these might work. Let's see. These are Mojo Jojo shapes. Mojo Jojo Plans shapes. This might work. And this doesn't have to be like, that's going to be too high, isn't it? Yeah, it's okay. This doesn't have to be some really, thoroughly mapped out page in your planner. The idea for me anyway is just having a place to kind of look at as reference and inspiration. So we're going to continue these a little bit. And maybe across. I don't want to go higher because I don't know that I need so many of these shapes. Let's maybe put 3 more down. I think that might work. We'll see if I can fill them all in. I don't even know that I can, and I'm not going to fake it for YouTube because then it's not going to be genuine to my needs for the year. And I'm going to look back throughout the year and be like, why did I put that down? That wasn't legitimate. Okay. That's really pretty. I like it. I was delaying doing this video for some reason, but now that we're in here, I really like it. All right, now I need my pen. So let's talk about some of the areas in life This kind of ripped a little bit as I was putting it down. I must have left some on the ruler. Let's talk about some areas where I can be intentional. I'm going to put a dates 2024 here. I don't know if I need to do that. It's a thought. I was kind of wondering, do I redo these to be like a little flag banner for the year or something? Like, actually kind of map this out with my patrons, that you could take these. No, I think we'll keep those as is. Okay. So I'm actually going to start writing over at the bottom. Intentional with how I spend my time. We're just kind of going to go over the content I create, the way I communicate, with others, intentional. I want to do something about finances. I want to be intentional with my finances. What else? How I spend my time with my finances, the ways I communicate, no, the way I communicate with others, the content that I create, how I approach dating, with my health. And we've got health, finances, time, content. Trying to think of other ways. Like if I go through my day, I'm thinking about like exercise. We've got my health there. Reading, which is sort of my health, but that's like more of how I spend my time. Intentional. Okay. With the spaces in my home. Just kind of how I continue to decorate and set things up and organize and maybe even renovate are definitely ways that I want to be intentional. And I feel like we need one more. So I'm thinking about the different life categories. Like in my Moxie life planner, we have personal development. Okay. We've got intentional. Let's do about personal growth. Okay. Now, these boxes, I think for now, I'm going to leave alone because I want to give myself room to grow throughout the year. I'm going to be intentional about leaving those boxes to be by themselves. I feel like I need to fix this little A here. Oops. Well, I just made that stickier. It's okay. Now we're fixed. All right, so that is my word of the year, just as the landscapers are pulling up. As a reminder, I'm going to link these frames in the description of the video. I think they're great to buy for yourself or a great gift for someone else as we are approaching the holiday season. If you've decided on your word of the year, let me know in the comments what it is. And if for some reason you remember my 2022 word of the year, please let me know because I don't know why I can't figure it out. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll link everything I used in the description. Thanks again for spending some of your time and being intentional about watching this video, and I will see you soon.